I've not seen that much money in one small town in a long time.
Oh, tell us what they put you through when you go out there. How's the process work?
Well, I was only out there for 4 days, so I was pretty packed. I got in at about 6 p.m. on I think it was a Mundan style. I was trying to be a princess for the first time ever, and I think I pulled it off all right, actually.
You did. I saw some pictures of you in the press. You look definitely foxy.
Thank you. Rosario was there, Tracy ended up coming, and Omar.
Was Harvey there? Harvey?
Harvey was there. Definitely Harvey was definitely there. I was standing back there watching, oh look, there I am, hello. Watching me apparently, and I was talking to you and I saw the slides of, past episodes. It's been a long time since I've seen any of that stuff, but it sort of took me back pretty quickly. But Xena had been shooting for, I guess, like 3 or 4 years before I came on board, and Jerry was the old stunt double, who's amazing. We love Jerry, she's the bomb. And basically I'd been out of school for about a year, working in a vineyard, as you do when you live in New Zealand. And I did gymnastics and martial arts and met people that were doing it, and it sounded fantastic that someone wanted to pay me to do gymnastics and martial arts. I was like, you're on, I'll do it. I'll take that job, thank you. And I started off as a background, so there's probably early episodes where I run on as an Amazon, a scantily clad Amazon, and get my ass kicked by either Lucy or Kevin or whichever show I was working on, and then got wrapped and went home. I did that for about 6 months. He's not a very good communicator, he doesn't like eye contact, so he's sort of like, so me, Julie's leaving, and I'm like, I've been 19 and I'm 18 and at my first ever rap party, which means free alcohol. I was like, I don't know, am I allowed to swear up here? Probably not, eh?
Can she swear?
Yeah!
That's your answer.
I was like, I know Pete, you're fucked, what are you going to do? And he was like, well actually matey, we were hoping you'd do it. And I was like, I instantly sobered up like that. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be Xena, sure. Recycling through all the episodes, there's like 3 of the biggest ones there behind me on the end of a wire. And I hear 3, 2, 1, and things go, and I'm like, I like hit the ground and rolled and ended up in a heap, about 6 meters back, and was like, you're right? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, going again, reset. And of course, I didn't know where I was allowed to. It didn't occur to me to bugger off and go get a cup of tea while they're resetting. So I literally walked back up to my number ones and I stood there like this. Technology as we went along on Xena, and I came in 4 years late, so they'd done a lot of transforming in the 4 years before I got there. But my early memories of air ramps were hating them with passion because they were so sudden that if you got it wrong, you would either end up with your heel somewhere up your bum or your knee in your teeth, and neither one is very pleasant. But once you get the skill of it, and we would change the air pressure, fiddle around with it, and once you get the hang of those things, they can be a lot of fun. Like, for Christ's sake, and a couple of months in, it just naturally happened. I started making noise. I mean, that was like, I was acting, I was being Xena, and all of a sudden, I got it. I kept moving and looking, like, once I finished my 5 beats, I was looking in case there were other people to beat up, I'm like, come on,
Once you embrace this,
generally what would happen is they would be main unit and they'd be shooting Lucy either close-ups or cowboys or whatever, and they'd run the whole fight with her, and I would be there doing the fight, running over the fight with her, and then they would shoot me with the other actor, and they'd use her with the other actor's double. Is that making sense? Yeah. Good. Bear with me because I'm full of snot today, so if I'm not making sense, just be like, Zoe, you're not making any sense, and I'll try again. But, so that was normally the case, and then we'd go to second unit, and they would shoot the fight scenes with me wide, and all the impact shots, and all the wire work, and, falling on the ground and eating crap, and all that kind of stuff. And, but there were definitely times when, not so many, I remember one time when it was I was in the background of shot, you could see me really little, and I flipped up and out of shot, and Lucy dropped into shot. It was really weird. I remember sitting there being like, this is so cheesy, it's ridiculous. What are you people doing Xena. Oh yeah, right, good point. You know, like, and I remember watching it back on a monitor and being like, that looks cool. We should do that more often because you know, from that far away with the wig and the outfit and stuff, you just assume it's her. You know, and all I remember is I did the flip. And then they couldn't let me down, otherwise I'd drop into shot, so I'm hanging in the wires like this. If my feet go down, they're hanging in the shot, so I'm like trying to hold up, you know, my skirt, hanging in the shot, dialogue, you know, I'm like... People are like, do you become stunt woman? And we go... That didn't exist in New Zealand. No one got a job from doing that. I mean, you might try and do that, and then you just would never get hired, you know. But I came to Hollywood and I joked, and someone's like, "How did you get the scene job?" And I was like, "Oh, you know, blowjobs." And they were like, "Really?" I was like, "No, not really." Oh my God, yeah. Jeannie on my way to Canada, and I was there for a week. I was meant to see Jeannie on Thursday. She couldn't make it, so I postponed my flight for another week. I was meant to see her that Thursday, couldn't make it again, so I postponed my flight one more. I was like, listen, woman, you might be one of the best stunt women in the world, but I got places to go, you know? Like, I got shit to do, man, I'm important too, come on. She was like, okay, next Thursday. I was like, alright. So in that, literally in that last week, Amanda McKaylee is the director of Double Dare, heard from a friend of hers who was friends with a woman who was Quentin's assistant. Welcome to Hollywood, right? That they were having trouble casting doubles for both Uma and Daryl in Kill Bill. And she was like, man, you should go. And I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Karen Tarantino, no problem. I'll just go over there. And, you know, she was like, no, seriously, why not? And I was like, I don't have a good answer for that, so I guess I'm going, you know. And I rang this guy and I was like, listen, I'm in town, blah, blah. And he was like, great, just bring a headshot, resume, show reel, and any weapons you have. And I'm like, how much of a problem is it if I have none of the above? Because, you know, when you're in New Zealand, there's like 4 or 5 stunt women. You don't need headshots and resumes. It's like, we need a tall girl, Zoe. Right, we need a short girl, Alex, right. There's one shot when she's on the motorbike and she pulls up along Sophie. Oh, terrible. Thank you very much, Sophie Fatal. I was going with the real woman's name just then, but anyway, she pulls up alongside her. I've got a helmet on and stuff, and she's looking at her and she's meant to be all badass, like I'm going to kill you, you know. And Quentin wanted me to do it as opposed to the motorcycle double because I'd never ridden a motorcycle before, by the way. And because I was the bride, and I was like, yeah, okay, so about the whole I've never ridden a motorcycle thing, like, what do we do about that? He's like, do you think you'll learn? I'm like, well, yeah, by when? He's like, you've got 3 hours. I'm like, oh, really? Fantastic, thanks, Q. That's nice. So me and one of the coordinators took me aside with a bike, and I figured out how to get up to 3rd gear in 3 hours, which was more than I needed at that point, but I was quite proud of myself. I was pretty hooked after that, actually. But anyway, so I had to do this shot where I pulled up alongside the thing and, you know, I've got a helmet on and stuff, and at one point I was like, fuck, I wonder if I'm meant to be like... And I, without thinking about it, started thinking like an actor, you know, and I was like, Quentin, can I ask you a question? He came over, he's like, what? And I was like, well, as an actor, blah, 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 and his whole face lit up, and I just remember being like, I think I did something good, that's good. I was like, blood must have, I mean, not often do I get scared, but I was like, are you smoking crack? What do you like? Oh, and my first response was, you're insane. My second response was, I'm really incredibly honoured. And my third response was, I'm really scared. Like, if I get
You're the female lead in a Quentin Tarantino movie.
And be really happy about it. But no, basically the vibe you get when you watch curtain movies, that kind of energy and that feeling like you just want to kind of hug him and punch him at the same time, that's pretty much what he's like. He's one of the most grounded, like, famous people that I've met in a long time, and he's, you know, he's also an athlete and has raced cars and played baseball and all this kind of stuff, so there's something very, this might sound a little weird, but stuntman about him that appeals to me. I just felt instantly comfortable around him. He has an approach to acting that made sense to me coming from where I came from. He wasn't like, right, well, you need to think about the time that your mother died and really get in touch with that and blah, blah, blah. He was like, look, you just make believe. Like you did when you're little. If someone was trying to kill you and you're really angry about it and you wanted to go kill them, what would they do to you? Like, okay, I get that. You know, like there was just a very practical way that he approached it that made sense to me, and just really supportive and laid back and chilled, and